Welcome to Girl Talk. We're filming today in Stoughton, Wisconsin at Conant Automotive. And later we'll be talking with the owner, Joe, about how to get our cars ready for winter and asking him all of our crazy car questions. But first, we have a special guest host today with us. This is Christine Bright from Yahar Bay Distillers, and you've brought props.
I did. Thank you for having me again. But we are getting into the fall season, so this is our lemon mochattini, made with limoncello, coffee liqueur, and cocoa liqueur.
Yum.
So
It smells great.
Always makes the set a little bit better with alcohol on it. But
Perfect morning beverage.
Yeah, it's got the coffee liqueur in it.
There
so
you go.
yeah. But with fall coming, which is crazy to think
I
that that's
know.
around the corner already, and cooking out for Labor Day. But we get to meet a guest who has some solutions for if you have vegetarian friends. Do
Yes.
any of you guys?
No, actually, and I do enjoy a good hamburger or brat.
Yeah,
I
same here.
have to admit,
Yeah.
but
How about the burger brat? It's very Wisconsin
Oh
with
yes,
some
I've heard.
Just
yes,
load it
I've
all
seen
up
there.
for me. Fried onions,
Yeah.
put it all on there.
Bacon and everything. Yeah. I mean,
But you're
Labor
right,
Day.
we do have a guest later on, so if you are vegetarian or have a friend that is,
It's a great segment.
we're going to have a great guest to
Well,
take your friends.
I want to go check it out, and I love meat, I do, but I love a good steak or whatever. But her menu sounds amazing, and
Yeah.
the desserts too.
I can attest to it. I've eaten there several times, several different things off the menu, and I've had some things I'm like, I would have to think about that there's not meat in here, so it's been great.
So going into fall, I mean, what are you guys doing to prepare for this? I mean, stuff
I'm
around the
ignoring
house,
it.
your car.
Right.
It's
Joe
not
told me that
coming.
we need to winterize our car in October. Like, I have to schedule that now.
I'm a little bit
Yeah.
in denial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
not
feel
ready
like
for it
fall
either.
yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
I don't want to think about winter tires and making sure your
Heating
car's
bills.
winterized. And yeah, we have another guest who's gonna help us save money through the winter. Especially, I heard the Farmer's Almanac said it's supposed to be another brutal winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not.
So-
I love Wisconsin.
Yeah. So it will be helpful to have.
Little different than Hawaii.
Yeah, a little bit different than Hawaii, yeah.
But-
Miss it.
I know,
But
but without
we
those brutal
yeah.
winters, we appreciate summer.
That's true. And we should, it's going to save us money in the long run, make sure our furnace is working and our cars are all ready to go. A little bit of maintenance goes a long way, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the two most important things. I mean, your home and your transportation.
Yep. An ounce of prevention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. Well,
all that.
especially with it being as cold as it is, and if you go off the road or your car fails, and now not only are you stranded, but then in this freezing, bitter cold. So, agreed. Gotta
Not
start
saying that
looking
you
for
should
it.
drive with these, but these could keep you warm this winter as well.
Yes, yes, they very much do. So, this is a fun one. It hasn't had time to separate yet, but usually you can see the layers of separation, so it looks very, very
Do
pretty.
people drink that slowly that it would separate? Because I don't think I'd have that long.
Put them
That
about
is
20
true.
minutes prior to
Yeah,
your
you put
guest
it 20
arriving.
minutes prior
Right.
through, you got your showpiece, and then, just, whatever your thing is, if it's a slammer, go ahead and slam it, and if you're a sipper, go ahead and sip.
I don't try to slam. I drink a lot. Like I drink a lot of water,
Yeah.
and I just drink I'm a gulper.
Well, speaking of slamming, we're just about out of time to take our commercial break. We will be right back with Dr. Marcia talking about thyroid health. Stay tuned.
Hi, welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here with Dr. Marcia Schaefer from Spring Creek Family Chiropractic in Lodi. Today we're going to be talking about thyroid health. So this is something that I am, honest in saying I do not know a lot about. What is the biggest misconceptions with thyroid disease?
The biggest misconception is definitely that just because your labs are normal, you feel or you're supposed to be okay. Even the full thyroid panel only measures about 15% of your total thyroid function and does nothing to deal with any of the underlying organs or issues that might be causing thyroid problems.
Sure.
How did you become so knowledgeable in the thyroid issue?
In 2010, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer that had spread to my lymph nodes in my lung. And when I was so confused because all of my labs, numerous times, were completely normal. And when that happens, of course, the next question is, well, why is this happening? Why shouldn't it show in the labs? I'm a researcher. My entire family comes from medicine, so of course, being in the chiropractic field, I better understand what I stand for. And so I started researching and understanding the secondary cancers to conventional thyroid cancer treatment is leukemia and lung cancer. With a 3-month-old child, that was not an option for me. So of course the research starts, and just 6 months after I had started the protocol that I chose for myself, they couldn't find any cancer in my system. So it's been 3 years this month that I've been cancer-free.
Amazing.
Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing. How does the liver come into play with thyroid health?
The liver is huge for thyroid health. 70% of the conversion, there's two different chemicals. There's T3 and T4. T4 is inactive, it can't be used by the body. T3 can.
These are things that are produced by
the thyroid,
Yep.
correct,
Okay.
yep. And the liver has to convert that from T4 to T3. So 70 to 80% of that conversion happens in the liver. So you could have normal thyroid labs and it's actually not being converted properly, so of course you're still going to not be able to lose weight. You're going to be tired. You're going to have all these thyroid issues, and it's just because your liver is actually not functioning properly, not the actual thyroid.
Wow,
So.
fascinating. So, can thyroid disease mimic any other kind of symptoms or something wrong going on inside your body?
Absolutely. A lot of people confuse adrenal fatigue, which the adrenal glands sit on the kidneys. They're kind of like, I call them Santa hats, they sit on top of the kidneys, and they're responsible for your adrenaline, your cortisol, all your stress hormones that get pumped out. That can mimic low thyroid function. So, because the thyroid is responsible for your metabolism, it's responsible for how your body burns fat, burns protein, burns everything. If people start to treat their thyroid thinking that it's a thyroid problem, but it's actually an adrenal problem, they're going to further burn out, get more fatigued, get more tired, and not have these things. So it's really important to understand the difference between the two and have a practitioner who understands the two. One really easy way to tell the difference, if you take your temperature throughout the day, if you've got a chronic low temperature, it's likely that it's a thyroid issue. If you've got up and down temperatures, it's likely an adrenal issue.
Well, it sounds like if there's any question, they should come see you.
I know a little bit about it.
Just a little.
Yeah, there's a lot that's connected to thyroid issues. Is fertility in your thyroid? Does that have a connection?
Absolutely, that is my specialty. I actually am the drug-free option in this area. If you want to try to work on fertility, if you've been struggling, that's what I mainly focus on. It's important to understand that if you've got low thyroid function, you've actually got high estrogen. So, they say BPA and they say all these other things cause estrogen dominance, which is not good for us. But then there's all these people putting on progesterone creams and all these different creams. You're not deficient in progesterone cream, I promise you.
Okay.
So it's that estrogen problem or estrogen issue that needs to get balanced, and fertility and thyroid function are just one and the same. Very, very important.
So you mentioned natural treatments. What do you do to help a thyroid issue, whether it's hypo or hyper?
So as a chiropractor, I'm trained to understand balance in the body. I want the homeostasis. I want the body to be functioning. Just because there's a I always tell my practice members, if you step on a dog's tail and the bark comes out the mouth, do you do surgery to remove the mouth? Do you use duct tape to take the mouth, or do you take your foot off the tail? I get to determine where that tail is being stepped on in the body, and we get to actually figure out the root cause of the problem. So a lot of thyroid disorders do clear up really well.
Maybe you could cover some of the symptoms that might help people maybe question whether this is an issue for them.
Right, so there's obviously, as you said, there's the hypo and the hyper. So there's the two, basically low and high, and they're polar opposites. Hypothyroid, so low thyroid, you're going to be tired all the time, brittle hair, brittle nails, can't lose weight, sleep all the time. And hyperthyroid, you're going to have heart palpitations, which they give you blood pressure medications because to stop the palpitations, which biggest band-aid you could imagine. But it's basically your go, go, go. Maybe you can't gain weight and you have a lot of problems like that. And then of course, there's Hashimoto's, which is a whole nother topic.
Thank
Love to
you
have
so
you back.
much, Dr. Schaefer. I can't wait to see you again and learn more.
Thank you.
Thanks for catching Girl Talk, and please stay tuned.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. Right now we are with Jenny Capillero with the Green Owl Cafe. I'm excited that you were on the show today because I know you use the Yahara Bay Distillery products in your cooking and in your cocktails, but tell us more about your restaurant.
Well, we are Madison's only vegetarian restaurant. We're on the east side of Madison in the Atwood neighborhood. We're going on just about 5 years that we've been open. And yeah, we just have an all vegetarian and vegan menu and have some great dishes that people enjoy. We have, actually, we use Yahara Bay some of your liqueurs in our desserts too. We have all vegan desserts that
Which
have
are fabulous.
Yeah, they have quite a following.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something I wanted to mention was that our pastry chef is always putting up, I don't know if you've looked at our Facebook page, but she's putting up these like drool-inducing pictures of her desserts. So that's kind of fun. So like us on Facebook and you can check those out.
Atwood Avenue is such a cool area to be in, and congratulations on 5 years.
Thank you.
And the only vegetarian restaurant in Madison? How is that? How can that be?
Well, yeah, it was surprising. That's kind of why I decided to open up a vegetarian restaurant, because as a vegetarian, I was kind of anxious to be able to go to a place where I could choose anything on the menu, and that just wasn't. There were a few vegetarian restaurants that have been around, but they kind of come and gone. So I just thought it'd be great to have a place where vegetarians and vegans can just choose anything on the menu. I mean, Madison's great in that it has places that have lots of vegetarian options, but we're the only place that a person can come in and just choose anything.
Not have to worry about, okay, does this have meat, does it not?
Right, or can you hold this, and that
absolutely.
kind of thing.
So can you tell us a little bit about your menu? Like what would somebody find if they came to the Green Owl?
Well, it's pretty diverse, all kinds of things. I mean, the overarching theme is vegetarian and vegan, so we do some like comfort foods. We do kind of like a veggie loaf that's walnut and mushroom based with mashed potatoes and gravy. Our top seller is a TLT sandwich, which uses tempeh bacon and has lettuce and tomato and avocado on it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, we marinate and bake the tempeh, and then the bread on that comes from Madison sourdough. So yeah, we try to use a lot of local products like Yahara Bay. And yeah, and again, we just have a rotating dessert list that's always scrumptious.
Out of this world.
I know there's a lot of reasons. I'd like you to share with us some of the health benefits of your menu, but I also just want to plug what I have loved. I am very much a meat eater, and I love going there and taking my friends there who are vegetarian and vegan because the food is just amazing. And some of it I have to kind of cock my head and go, I can't believe there's not meat in here. But I know there's a lot of health benefits too with eating that way. Can you share some of those?
Right. Well, that's good that you point out that like a lot of people who dine with us aren't vegetarian or vegan. They just like our food. We have great food, if I may say so.
Yeah.
So some of the health benefits. Well, first of all, people are vegan and vegetarian for all different kinds of reasons, and sometimes it is the health benefits. And our menu also, we focus on, a lot of people are gluten-free these days, and you can find soy-free things on our menu. So, the health benefits of a plant-based diet are just kind of, well known as far as, improvements in people's health. But there's just all kinds of reasons that people.
So a lot of, everybody can be comfortable eating there, whether you're a vegetarian, whether you're not, whether you have to watch the gluten and the soy. So it makes it a comfortable place.
I was looking at your menu last night, and I immediately wanted to get up and drive to Atwood and go eat with you, dine with you. The menu was incredible, and I saw online that you had won some awards by Madison restaurants. Can you tell us about those?
Yeah, we regularly get recognized for favorite vegetarian-friendly restaurant, and we've gotten some awards on the TLT sandwich that I've talked about.
The best BLT in Madison, which is incredible, being that it doesn't have bacon on it.
Right. So that was a major accomplishment for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, I think I could handle maybe giving up meat, but I need my cocktails. Do you have a bar?
We have a full bar and some great cocktails. So yeah, come on by and we'll fix
What's
you
your
up.
favorite cocktail?
We have a chai teeny that's got coconut
That
milk
sounds
and
delicious.
chai infused vodka.
Awesome. All right, well, that's where I'll be later today. Thanks so much. Come back, visit us in a few at Girl Talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are with Joe Conant of Conant Automotive here in Stoughton. We are very excited to have you on
Thank you.
today. We have lots of questions. But before we get into some specifics, can you give us just a little bit of background about your automotive service, how long you've been in business?
Okay, well, we started actually in 2006, October 2006. Started a business from scratch. We do a full service automotive light truck and basically anything that we can fit in the door. Maintenance all the way up to heavy repair.
That's excellent. I know you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to hand it off. I know you had some questions about a coffee break we were talking about earlier.
Oh, well, yeah, I heard that you had your coffee break and I missed it. I didn't
Yeah, and
know.
it was a success. It was beautiful weather between the car show, the coffee break, the craft show, the run, the walk that they had. Everything was just perfect. It worked out to be a very beautiful day, and the proceeds go to the various organizations charitable organizations through the Chamber of Commerce of Stoughton.
Is that something you're going to do again in the future?
Oh yeah, it's been going on. I think next year will be the 18th year that it's been going on, and we don't plan on leaving. I mean, Conant Automotive, that is, don't plan on leaving our help anyway. So.
Well, we have this session. We can ask all of our questions, Janet, since we missed it. So I have a VW, so I have to go get the manufacturer, recommended
Maintenance.
Yes,
Right.
thank you. So do I have to go to the dealership, or
No,
does it void
no.
the warranty?
No, ma'am. In fact, it's against the law for a dealer, a new car dealer, manufacturer, to tell you that it'll void their warranty if you take it to somebody like us. We handle all the maintenance and we keep it on record as far as computer records. So yes, it will not void any of your warranties, and it is illegal, and they can get into trouble for saying that.
Oh, I think it's just the impression that you get.
Right.
You know?
They have to
They make
try
you
to
nervous.
imply it.
Sure.
Exactly, because they
Right.
don't want me or my type of business to go in on theirs. So
Do you have to go right at like 60,000 miles? What if it's 60,001?
no, you're fine within a 10 to 20,000 mile
Oh, okay.
Oh.
buffer
good,
there.
that's
I mean, it's important to look at your owner's manual, and right there will tell you what kind of services your vehicle needs at certain mileage intervals, and just keep up on that, and I can guarantee you'll get at least 250,000 miles out of your vehicle. If people do that, you'll keep your car longer, you'll keep money in your pocket longer. It's just very important to keep up on the maintenances, and try to not go with the quick, the cheap oil changes. Those are, it doesn't do good for your vehicle, and you think you're getting a good quality service done, and you're really not. You get what you pay for.
So speaking of oil changes, that's my next question. I'm due, at least I think I'm due. So I know that the standard recommendation is every 3,000 miles. But I've heard that you can actually go longer than that, maybe 6,000, even
Yes.
7.
Yeah.
So here's my question. If I waited until 6,000 or 7,000 miles, it might be 6 months. I do a lot of just little city driving. So which should it be? Should it be 6,000 miles or 6 months, whichever comes first?
Well, it all
or-
goes back to the quality of oil that you use.
Oh,
So if you go to like your $29.95 oil change specials, you're not going to get a top quality oil. I mean, you can go to a mass merchant like a Walmart, and you can do the math real quick. Well, 5 quarts of oil at $5 a quart, how can they put on a filter and do the job, the labor cost, I mean, for $29.95? So they're getting a really cheap grade oil to put in your vehicle, and it's not doing anybody any good.
So it's not the make or model of the car, it's the quality of oil.
Quality of oil. If you
Okay.
run a name brand oil, a semi-synthetic or a full synthetic, then yeah, you can get your 4,500, 6,000, even 9,000 miles on an oil change.
but how do we know? Other than, I mean, price, I guess. If
Yeah,
it's a
how do
two-
we know what they're putting in?
Just go to
Well-
Joe and they know if you
Yeah, just come and see us. No, basically they should state exactly what brand of oil they're putting in your vehicle. They should tell you what the mileage interval should be on that particular oil they're putting in your vehicle. I mean, it is the lifeblood of your car. I mean, that's it. If you use a cheap grade oil from the beginning, your car is not going to last. It's not going to get the efficiency as far as mileage. And like I say, it costs you more money in the long run.
Well, you need different kinds in summer and winter, correct?
Nope,
No?
nope.
See?
No, it all depends. I mean, a vehicle manufacturer, like your Volkswagen should be like a 0 weight 20. That's good for our climate, you know, where our zone is. If we were down in like the South, like South America, then of course they would run a different grade or a weight of oil.
So speaking of summer and winter, snow tires, is that a great idea? Like
Yeah,
how-
snow tires, we highly recommend that. It's that I'll call them ice tires, because basically all tires now are all season radials, which means they'll be good for the snow, rain, and so on. We do sell an awful lot of ice tires in the winter for customers. You know, we just take off their perfectly good tires and put on the ice tires. The one thing that I find the most funniest is that if you ever drive on or after a first or second snowfall, the vehicles that you'll see in the ditch the furthest are the SUVs or something like an all-wheel
Heavy
drive
vehicles,
vehicle,
yeah.
because they get this false sense of security,
Always
even with
passing
ice
up.
tires, that
Yeah.
oh, I can drive extra fast. And it's not the case. It'll help you maneuver better, it'll help you take off from a stop, and it'll help you stop better. But it's not going to make you go any faster. It's only going to get you in the ditch deeper than.
Get you in the ditch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's keep an eye, because you'll see it. You'll see the SUVs, the soccer moms, you know, big Tahoe or Suburban in the ditch real far, and but ice tires do
So
well.
it's the women that go off the road?
No, I shouldn't say that.
I didn't say that. I
didn't
have
say
one real quick question that I saw on your website, that you do a needed versus recommended. Can you just explain that quickly, what that's about?
As far as repairs or recommended?
Yes.
Well, take an example here. This last week we did an estimate on a vehicle that has never been to us before. We've never seen this customer before, and we do a 29-point inspection. They came in for an oil change and their check engine light was on, and we did an inspection also. Well, we come up with a very low four-figure bill. Well, if we go through it and say, okay, well, this is needed, well, this can wait, and this can wait, because not everybody can pull out a $2,000 auto repair bill.
Agreed, yes.
So we're going to be upfront and honest. Okay, yep, this is for, you know, the longevity of the vehicle. You can get by with these things. And unfortunately, I mean, if they would have come to us like a year ago, it would have been, you know, a little thing here and there, because not everything on that vehicle broke at that one time. So.
That is really great that you do that for your customers and give them that peace
Well,
of mind.
that's the way everybody should be, and that's you know, automotive repair businesses, we get a bad rap because, you know, we're knuckle dragger grease monkeys that, you know, take advantage of a customer and their vehicle, and that's, you know,
And you don't do
that's
that
the old
there.
way of doing it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be around for so
Yeah.
long and be
No.
successful as you are if that was
Well,
the case.
Thank
But-
you so much for all the
Yes.
information you shared, and thank you for joining us on Girl Talk. We will see you next time.